Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Starter Artist Development Podcast. I am your host, Gabrielle Carruthers. We are back with another episode. And today's guest, we went to Wayne State together. Yes, we went to Wayne State together a long time ago. But let me tell you something. This beautiful young lady, she is a DJ. She is an entrepreneur. She is a mom. She is like a fashionista, honestly, and one of the sweetest people that you will ever meet. And I mean that. I have to give it up for one of my wonderful longtime friends, DJ Rue. Hi, how are you?
I am good and tired and well.
Yes. And listen, I know you've been doing your thing. You've been having your events and stuff. There's a young lady that I've been following. She's been doing your photography, and I love how she photographs you for your shows. And I was like, oh my God. I said, I gotta go to one of Rue's sets. I know it's been a minute. I'm trying to get there. But you know that the mom life be life in life, but
a whole nother career. Absolutely.
A whole nother career.
Yes,
but
so I understand.
We do it well. We do it well. And listen, and I know you do it well too, because you've been a mom for how many years now? How many years?
15 years.
15 years. I cannot believe it. Okay, so I gotta catch up. I have my 4-year-old, she will be 5, and sometimes it feels like I do have a 15-year-old. So I understand. I understand.
Start talking.
But yes, I listen, this motherhood thing it's been a journey. And I know for you, it's definitely been a journey. But most importantly, listen, your DJ career. I remember seeing you at an event one time, and I started to come up and introduce myself, because I was like, we went to school together. I said, but you probably don't remember, but I'm like, I remember seeing you around on campus and stuff. And I just want to come and introduce myself. And I think it was a Day 26 concert. And I didn't get a chance to actually come up and say something to you. But you were sitting at the bar, and I was like, I'm not even gonna bother her, because she minded her business. So I'm gonna catch up with her later. But yes.
I'm so glad we were able to circle back.
Yes. And again,
life's forever evolving.
All the time.
So I feel like since college, we both have evolved.
Yes.
Because I think motherhood is a method of part of us evolving. So
Yes.
I'm just excited to be here. And I love the name of this podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I definitely struggled with the name, because originally the name of the podcast was the Black Creators Playbook. And then I was like, you know what? There's a lot of people creating like content around creators. And even though I'm talking to creative entrepreneurs, I don't know, starting artist development kind of stuck with me, because I know for the longest, anybody that is in their artistry that is just trying to like work their way to the top, there's always a moment where they are struggling as artists. And I know for me, when I was coming up, there were so many things that I did not know as far as artist development. And I had to bump my head, and I had to learn the hard way.
So you and I have the same story.
Yes. Okay. So definitely. One thing I said, once I retired from teaching dance, I said I was going to at least try to give back at a different capacity by talking to some of my closest friends and really just talking about the highs and lows of, being a creative entrepreneur, but also things to look out for, as far as your development as an artist. And how to use your creativity to move you forward in anything. So we are definitely about to get into these questions, because, like I said, you've been doing your thing for a very long time, and you are an expert in your field. And I must say that I've always enjoyed attending your sets. You keep the crowd rocking. You are so professional, but yet you are also very engaged. And again, I love your sets. And I'm not saying that because I know you. I'm saying that because I genuinely enjoy your DJ sets. So let's get into these questions. Let's talk about just your overall journey. So what made you decide, you know what, I want to be a DJ and I'm enjoying this. This is for me.
That's a complex question because when I made the decision to do what I'm doing now, I was graduating from Wayne State. So I was in a big, confused place because what I'm learning about myself, everybody else may be different. It could be what you write, it could be what you continue to talk about, it could be something that just manifests. But for me, I'm noticing when things build up and come to fruition, I can't stop thinking about it.
Mm.
I noticed when I was about to graduate, I couldn't stop thinking about music. Now, a little backstory. I started singing. I was like the demo background vocal girl for years in the music industry. I would sing the songs for the artist and send it to Interscope and all the other record companies, and then they would pick whatever song they like, and then they would give it to the artist. The artist would hear my voice, and then they would turn it into whatever they wanted to have. And I just fell into love with production and music and just building audio and even the visuals and the arranging of the song. I was like, this is amazing. So I already had that background. And then one day I walked in my mom's room and I was like, hey, I know I just got pregnant during college and I just had a baby, but I also want to be a DJ. And she was like, what? I'm like, I'm driving you crazy, aren't I? I'm driving you crazy. And I'm the only child and I'm driving you crazy. And she looked at me like, so wait, you're in college for fashion merchandising. You've been doing music because that's just a part of my family. My family is a musical family, gospel. But now you want to DJ. She just looked at me like, okay. And then called me by my government name. She said, Erin, like, I don't understand, but okay. And I said, okay. And just walked down the hallway of our house like, I'm going to be a DJ. I had
Wow.
no absolute clue what I was talking about, but I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Listen,
That's how I started.
and let me tell you, like I said, just watching you at work, like watching you with your sets and stuff, and then like I think you even had like the nails a couple of times and you were scratching. I was like, girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Because listen, okay, so I don't know. You probably don't remember this.
What?
So I was DJing for a minute. I DJed for a minute. It was a random hobby I picked up because I come from,
Multi-talented.
but it was so random because I was renting out equipment to DJs. Yes. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna rent out the equipment, I might as well learn how to do it.
I think I vaguely remember.
It was a
I
short lived,
vaguely remember. Yeah.
short lived, but let me tell you
Yeah.
something. I had a ball. I enjoyed it. And I always said if I were to get back into DJing, when I would practice my scratching, but I would find my sound. And I think that was the thing that made me kind of take a step back because I noticed that most DJs, they have a sound. And I noticed that you have a sound. And when you finally realize, oh, I have a signature sound, like what was the
Very.
moment where you were like, oh, this is my signature sound?
Hey, you asking me some good questions. That kind of happens for me. Let me just keep saying that because everyone's journey of being an artist is different.
It's different, yeah.
But for me, I noticed because I listen to everything. I'm going to be honest. I listen to country.
Mm.
I listen to alternative. I listen to rock. I love Rascal Flatts. But you'll catch me listening to Olita Adams and Elton John, and I could keep going, Hall and Oates, and just all these different bands that are so different. So I noticed later in my DJ career, my sound was combining so many different styles of music together. And when I noticed in the term of DJ world, they call that freelance, open format. I said, oh, well, I'm open format. Now I got my DJ buddies that are strictly house, that are strictly R&B, that are strictly club. Like I only play club, and that's amazing because I think it's a little bit harder for a person that plays everything to master those areas. So it's a little harder for me sometimes because I'll have to turn off my house, go into the club. Then I got to turn that off and then go into a church. And then I got to turn that off and then go to a corporate. So
Yes.
I feel like I'm still learning, but what I'm getting from what I'm putting out into the world with my art is I love music. I love different genres. I'm inclusive. I'm an inclusive DJ. I play what feels good.
Okay.
And if what we feeling good is Olivia Dean and I mix it with a hip hop track, then that's just what we
And that's
doing.
right. And it's just going to work. It's going to work. It's going to mesh well. The BPM is, it has, listen,
It's
I
gonna
get
flip.
it. It has to mesh well. Now, I've heard the terminology bedroom DJ versus a club DJ. Could
That's
you
real.
break that down a little bit more? Like, what's the difference between a bedroom and a club DJ?
Okay, Lynn, get home. Okay, so the difference here with a bedroom DJ, my light just doesn't want to be nice today.
It's
Baby.
okay.
The difference I'm noticing with bedroom versus more of a club or even corporate DJ really is about the character and personality more than the music. I know some amazing bedroom DJs that are great, but they get anxiety when they're in front of a lot of people. That's one reason why they go to work and they come home and they make videos on TikTok and they
Yep.
go crazy because they feel better at home.
Yes.
So I don't think that makes you less of a DJ. I feel like you've been able, especially since our technology is enhancing, our internet is enhancing, our streaming is enhancing every day. So I feel like if you are able to come home and have a network of people that enjoy you at home, go crazy. Because that to me is something that will be a little difficult for me because I'm used to going out.
Yes.
So if I was at home, I'd be probably a little fidgety. Or I would probably talk to my son during a set and say, hey, no, more comfortable at home. But I noticed that there are some DJs that I follow on TikTok, and I'm like, you bad. And you're in your living room, and you are so amazing.
Yes.
So I just think that the difference is more personality. Sometimes it even is social anxiety. And then sometimes it's just I've honed in on a product right now that's on a thing right now that's working. And that's DJing at home on TikTok.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and I think it's so cool, like you said, especially with technology advancing the way that it is, and how you have DJs that are like, you know what, I want to expand and I want to maybe do like a YouTube channel or something. I know for me, like I'm always pumping a house DJ set first thing in the morning. And my daughter, she loves it. She's like, Mommy, can you play house music? And just the fact that she knows like this is house music and she understands it, and
Now that's dope.
and it gets her
I
day
can appreciate
started. And I love that too, right? I love that for her. And especially I love how you mentioned how eclectic you are with your musical ear and sound, especially what being from Detroit. I feel like Detroiters, everybody from Detroit is talented, damn near, right? And almost everybody can either sing or can do something, some type of something that has to do with talent, production, entertainment, whatever.
Absolutely.
But what I respect most about you is that you are open to listening to different genres of music and also incorporating it into your set, and just kind of going with, okay, well, this feels good in the moment, and not being so technical about what to play and what not to play. Now, here's a hard question though. Now, even though you're like, I am loving my set, I am feeling this music, but you're kind of watching the crowd. As a DJ, when you have to read the room, is there a time where you're like, okay, I can't just do my stuff because maybe it's not working for this crowd. So I have to find what this crowd is enjoying and stick with that. When was there a time where you ever experienced that as a DJ?
When I first started DJing. When I first started DJing, and you have to then search your soul to figure out, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this because I love what I'm doing and I just want to let people have a good time? So I will play Can We Talk, and I will play Tamia a billion times because I want y'all to have a good time. Is it hard for a person like us that are music connoisseurs? Even in dance, you listen to so many different styles of
Yep.
music. You're moving your body in certain
Yep.
ways that you're listening to different music. And as a
Yes.
DJ and producer and singer, you do the same thing. So in Detroit and Chicago, when they play the same thing, it can get discouraging. But you have to search yourself and don't let it discourage you, because it doesn't take away from what you know. And I had to just tell myself that, like, you're good, girl. Like, you know the Anita Bakers and the great hits and all the old and the new, and you get it. You get it. I can even throw in some new stuff and mix it with some old stuff and make y'all
Yes.
dance.
Yes.
But that's not what y'all want to hear. Y'all want to literally hustle in ballroom to the same songs. And that's when you start searching, okay, am I doing this because I want to hear what I want to hear? Or am I doing this because I am really what I'm learning also? Let me add to it. So let me sprinkle this on top of what I'm saying. A big part of my journey is the act of service. And that has to be, I would say, like the top portal of everything that you do. Because you'll get frustrated, you'll get angry if it's not an act of service, because you're taking it personal. If it's an act of service, you're doing it for your guest and your client. So it's a different form of DJing when your mindset changes, that they may want to hear Can We Talk, and can't get enough, and they may want to hear it 3 times tonight.
Yep.
And you got to get out your feelings, because it's not you. You are servicing, you're offering a service to a client. And I think that's what helps me be able, no, I know that's what helps me get through some gigs. And I'm like, I want to play all the jams, all the old school, all the hits, and I can't. And that's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. It's not a
Listen,
personal thing.
I'm so glad that you said that, because
Personal.
when it comes to any aspiring DJ or even any current DJ, I know that sometimes there's a struggle with your identity or how you identify as a DJ, right? And whether you're a wedding DJ, like you have a certain style where you have to also be entertaining and hitting certain marks and playing certain music, right? And keeping the
100%
crowd
yes.
engaged. And
Yes.
baby, let me tell you something, because I've noticed the difference in doing, let me see, like a multicultural
Mm-hmm.
wedding versus doing like a black wedding, right? Or even doing a corporate event, or going to the hood Halloween party and doing an event, and just like you said, asking yourself, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this for the greater good? Am I being a steward to my clients?
Word to your client. Because you just said something that hit home. When you do a multicultural event, you don't get anybody that comes up to your DJ table and asks you for nothing. Can you play? Because you're playing everything. I can go from Backstreet Boys to NSYNC to A Marie to more Pink. I
Yep.
can bring Pink. I can go like I
You
can
can
go
really enjoy
crazy.
yourself.
I can really enjoy
You
myself
can really
and
enjoy
go
yourself.
crazy. Y'all don't care.
Yep.
It's a vibe. It's a multicultural. And I hate to put this on my culture.
No.
I just noticed that there is more strenuous, sometimes even unpredictable work that I got to do for my people. It could get kind of difficult. It could get kind of hard. it could get kind of you should have known my expectations. I try to do my consultations. I try to make sure I keep it personable, and I'm learning as I go. So as an entrepreneur, for anybody, not just music, you learn as you go. Okay. So I didn't start doing my consultations right away. No, I learned I need to do a consultation to get to know my client. So I'm talking about music. I'm talking about one of my questions when I talk to my clients: what don't you want me to play? Let's start there. What don't you want me to play? So that lets me know what I'm able to play. And even then, sometime with my culture, you just can't make them happy. And that's okay. Listen. Because I did all that I could. I'm still a servant. I'm still providing a service. You can't, again, it's not personal. I'm learning that a lot of the business that I do is not personal. It's not personal. It's just a thing that I think some people have a mindset of, or maybe I'm learning now that a lot of DJs are more internet, Instagram, TikTok DJs, and they expect that when they hire a DJ from their hometown. And I'm not a TikTok DJ. I'm a mixologist. I study music. I study how you make music. I study crowds. I study people. So no, I'm not a streaming type DJ. So what they present, I may present the same, but it may be different.
Yes.
So yeah. To answer your question, as with any business, you learn your demographic. You learn your clients. I've done weddings from Arab, Indian. I've done bar mitzvahs. My bar mitzvah was one of the easiest gigs. They never said anything to me. Like, I was like, y'all don't want any requests? Y'all okay? And I just did my thing. They trusted me. But I still deal with getting hired by clubs, getting hired by some bars, and the owners and promoters still walk up to me and say, you should play. And I have to breathe. Yeah, I have to breathe and say, I'm telling a story and I know what I'm doing. And I think that sometime in the industry of either dancing, singing, music, carpentry, electrician, whatever, someone has experienced a bad service. So it kind of makes it hard for the ones that come after that, because sometimes your client may be like, you can play, I love, why don't you throw in, why don't you do, it's like, you hired me to do my, it's a learning. I learn something every single time I turn either my vinyl or my regular controller. I learn something every time. I learn something every single time.
One thing I didn't tap into was vinyl.
Yeah,
I didn't tap into. I did the controller, but the vinyl, Listen, I feel like once you hit vinyl,
I was gonna say, when I taught myself on vinyl, I introduced myself to the DJ world with vinyl, and all I can say about that is I respect the ones that came before me. I respect the DJs that carried the 5 or 6 bags or totes or duffel bags of records into the venue. It's a lot of work, and then you sometimes even have to worry about your record breaking, getting scratched. It's a whole lifestyle to be a vinyl DJ. So when I purchased that setup, I was like, this is a lot. Okay. And then that's when you learn. And I went on and said, okay, let me get a controller like you. Let me make it a little bit easier for myself to be able to have that type of service that if people say, I need a DJ 3 hours, I don't need all that vinyl. Some people are, I don't need all that. They don't want all that.
Yeah.
They just want a DJ.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So
but it's a skill though. Like, I feel like once you reach vinyl, it's kind of like you are the creme de la creme.
I wanted to start there so that I could so that I could kind of nurture, where did this come from?
Yeah.
I know that we have had our female radio mixers back in the day, but they weren't recognized. They weren't sought after. So where did this all start? And when I saw that it was vinyl records, I was like, okay, I'll start there. But I'm also noticing that world is not so popular as the quick DJ plug in. Times are changing. So you got to kind of go with what is
Yeah.
happening.
And you know what's so interesting too about the world of DJing, particularly? I know when I was doing it, the females are more supportive than the men are. I received a lot of support from a lot of women. And
Oh, okay.
we championed each other, which was, I
Okay,
mean,
good.
because normally it's a doggy dog world and everybody's trying to get their gigs and stuff. But I remember like there was a moment where there were other female DJs that were DJing at the time, and we were like all uplifting each other. But then I had issues with the male DJs. And
Understand that.
yeah. And there was literally, like you said, it was the one gig where I was like, I had to ask myself, am I doing it for me? Or am I doing it for the people?
Kind of as I go. I'm kind of learning as I go with that one for me. I take that very serious. So
Yeah.
I've had some unfortunate situations happen to me, and it comes from male and female, unfortunately. And I just, yeah, like you said, I come from a place of love and support. And I'm the kind of person, if you're better than me, I study you.
Yep.
I want to ask questions because you're amazing. So I'm the kind of female, if I see another female that's dope, I'm like, hey, where you going to be on Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah.
Because, girl, you're amazing. As to where I'm noticing a little bit in my space, it was some standoffish situations. It was some messages when I first started, I sent out and asked some questions. Can you help me? Can I shadow you? And some of my messages did not get answered. And that's male and female. And that sucks. And I hate that stuff has to happen that way. But what I did notice is later in my career, I think I was 5 or 6 years in, I started developing relationships and building friendships in the DJ sector. And I am so grateful for the people that have taken me under their wing. But it didn't happen for me like that right away.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that I didn't get a sour heart. I'm grateful that I didn't take anything. No, I did. I took it personal. But I guess I'm saying, I'm glad it didn't make me not like the artistry.
Mm.
I did. I took it personal because I was kind of disappointed. You know, I'm
Yeah.
coming from a good place, but I'm noticing there's some gatekeeping. So you kind of, like you said, have to kind of find your way. And then when I noticed in my 5th or 6th year, I was starting to develop the friendships that I was praying for. Lord, let me meet some like-minded musical artists, individuals that just want to rock with me. And I'm going to rock with them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share their flyers. And if you need something, you could borrow my stuff. And if I need something, I could,
yes.
One of my DJ buddies needed some microphones one night, and I was on my way. I said, where you at? And she was like, what? And I'm like, where you at? I'm pulling up. And I pulled up and dropped off my microphones. I don't care.
It's enough room for everybody to eat. It's enough room for everybody to eat.
Kind of had some unfortunate situations, but I'm kind of glad that just recently, and I'm speaking 4 or 5 years recently, I've developed some amazing relationships. And I'm grateful for that. At first I was like, oh my Jesus. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just keep watching YouTube videos and teaching myself.
Yep.
But then when I started getting a couple guys that were respectful and didn't take it sexual and really fed into me, I said, okay, there we go. And then I met some females finally that was like, girl, come shadow me, come sit with me. And I was like, for real? For real? But that didn't happen for me till I was already in the game. I already messed up 3 or 4 gigs. I had a horrible wedding when I first started. I completely bombed a wedding. I'm so sorry to my people. I hope y'all still married. I pray to God. Because I was at that wedding like, Jesus, I shouldn't have took this. Like, God. And I didn't have anybody.
Listen,
I didn't have anybody.
You about to have me practicing again.
Oh,
because just you saying that, like, yeah, it's so refreshing to hear something like that. And I'm saying that because my heart did turn sour. I think the last gig that I did, it was on the Princess, and it was a good gig. It was actually a really good gig, and it was our people, and they did well. They didn't bother me or bug me or anything. But the one gig that I did get, it was a referral gig, and this was probably like the 3rd or 4th referral gig that I got from this DJ. It was a male DJ that went to Wayne State with us. And he was not being honest about the process. And as a result, something kind of transpired within that set. And it was at a Halloween party. And I did everything I was supposed to do, except for the dry ice machine. It stopped working because I needed more dry ice. But that's here nor there. I was short some money. I did not get paid the full amount because of the dry ice. And the DJ who referred me to the gig lied on me and then lied in our group chat with me and a couple of the other DJs. So that's when I was like, I'm done. I officially bowed out. I was like, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yep.
Because,
That's what made me say I'm not doing it.
like,
Yep.
okay, so another entrepreneurial honest moment, which I think any entrepreneur, I've met people that own boutiques and say this, but about 2 or 3 times a month, I say I'm done. I do. I do. I absolutely say I'm done. I'm done because I don't want them to see that side of me that portrays the anger and the frustration and the hurt. I also don't want my reputation to be smeared on lies because I'm also connected to you now because of this referral. So I've been there. I've been there. I've been in some spaces where I've even been in some spaces while I was in the space, I said, God, why is this happening to me? Like I've literally been DJing and been like, God, I need you. Why is this happening? And I figured it out and I fixed it and I was successful. But I say all that to say that the bad gigs, the bad situations that's happened to me, I haven't been paid by so many people. And I thought that was gonna make me quit. But it only pushed me to to sharpen up my contracts. People, sharpen up your contracts, sharpen up the wording that's in your contracts. Don't hesitate to change I've changed my contract maybe 5 times, the wordage of how things need to be worded. Don't hesitate to do that. Don't it's literally I'm learning a day by day journey of figuring out who you are as a person and as a business woman or man, and then who you're servicing. You all, unfortunately, you figure out who people are through that way as well. So yes, I'm almost 10 years. I'm 9.5 years in, and I'm still learning. I still have weddings that may not go perfect. I had one wedding that had a consult. I mean, everything went great. And this was 2 or 3 months ago, serviced the wedding, and it wasn't the most pleasant couple. And I still had to remain professional. I had to tell my assistant to be professional because they kind of went off on my assistant at one point. You still got to present yourself as a brand. Something that for artist development, what I'm learning in this artistry, because there's so many different types of artistry, and what I'm learning with artist development in DJing and just in being prepared and being a person that can problem solve, take your time and don't let people try to intimidate you and gaslight you. You know what you know. And if you're a person that studies your craft like you, because girl, have y'all seen her dance? But anyway, when you study your craft, because that's where I was before singing, I was a dancer. So that's why I connect with you in that way, because I studied that. And it was like certain people that noticed I was really like in it and I could move my body in certain ways that they couldn't. It's the type of things that you could deal with by just being an artist. Really, the term artist development is real. It's literally developing yourself as a container of all things art. And that's from personality to the music to the people to how you present the music and how you present everything you're doing. It's a development that's never gonna stop. Artist development happens repeatedly. When I was a singer, I went through an artist development boot camp, but I still feel like it never stops. It just never stops. It's
It's
something that
trial
you're
and error.
always, yeah, it
It's a lot
really
of trial and
is.
error.
It really is. And that's where I've learned my biggest lessons was, unfortunately, trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error. There's no perfect like anything, and you can literally be in your craft for 10 plus years and it's still just an
And I
evolving.
still sometimes be
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Yeah.
But to me, what I was telling my wife not too long ago, I was like, I'm always a student. I've noticed that I still humble myself. And if I don't know something or I'm trying to figure out a technical error or I'm DJing at a gig and my speakers shut off and I already did my sound check. I've already done it. Everything was perfect when I
Everything's perfect.
started.
Yeah.
It's trial and error. So that to me is artist development. It's a yearly thing. It's a monthly. It's a weekly. It's a day by day like journey for real.
But wait a second, now you done slid that in. When did you get married?
Okay, so
Shit's fine.
3 years ago, almost 2.5, 3 years ago. Yeah, 2020. There we go. I have to remember my dates. So happy about that. That's been a partnership of business, and love and acceptance. Never did I think I have a beautiful son. So never did I think I would be here, but it's my this she's my best friend.
I
It's
feel
a
like I
journey.
know this though. Like I feel like I knew you got married, but brain fog is a mug.
Girl came out of nowhere. It was one of those. I planned a court wedding, but the court wasn't open on Saturday, so
Yeah.
we did a small intimate,
And that's
and I was
all
like,
you
perfect.
need.
Oh my god, it was perfect. 40 people, and I was like, that's it.
Yes, 40 or
Was
less.
it? I
40 or
didn't
less.
invite everybody I wanted, but yeah. So that also taught me about character. And that's to me still a part of artist development because you're stepping into a matrimony, a vow with someone that has to understand your journey. I'm always kind of working. I still work a 9 to 5. I'm a teacher, a technology teacher by day, and I am a DJ by night. So are you able to handle that? Are you able to handle the days that I have brain creative farts?
Yeah.
When I do my DJ videos, it's a lot of bad words that are spread. It's a lot of cussing. It's a lot of, I told you, my son will come down and do like this while I'm doing a
Why you
DJ
doing
set.
this
I'm just
set?
like,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so I have to kind of talk to the person I'm dating, and say, is this something that, you're able to handle? Everything's been great. She's an amazing person and she's an artist herself. So that worked out. She was like, I get it. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, listen, if anybody deserves happiness, honestly, it is you because I've always said this. You are such a kind, beautiful individual. Your spirit is always so just vibrant and you're so loving and you're so giving. And so when you talk about stewardship, like it really does show. Like it shows you're God fearing. You are really just a person of the people. And what people have to understand, especially when you are in this sector, when you are in entertainment, and when you are a DJ, you do have to be of service, right? And customer service, that's a big thing. But also, like you said, it aligns with your brand. But then you balance the motherhood, you balance, being a wife, you balance being an educator, you balance being, a DJ and an entrepreneur, but you come in and you make it look easy. And I know it ain't always easy being cheesy. I know it. But you do it with a smile and you make it look flawless. And I gotta tell you, you've always made everything look so effortless and so flawless. As long as I have known you and as long as I've seen you, like your energy has just always been good energy. So every time I would see you, I was like, I gotta at least speak and say something like, girl, we went to school together. And I just want to tell you, you're amazing. I love how you dress. Your energy is just magnificent. You are awesome, 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 awesome. So yes, I have to tell you that if I have
Thank
not
you.
told you, I've always just admire your tenacity, but also I admire your resilience, and I admire your genuine. You're a genuine person, and you can tell when
I
people not being
really
genuine.
do.
I'm
No,
serious,
like,
cause you can tell. It's
like
like,
yeah, I make that a thing. I make that a thing. Before we have to end, what you just said was powerful because I'm also learning, and I just learned this recently as an artist, and part of developing as an artist, you gotta work through the hardships. So even in moments where I have felt, you have no idea, people don't have any idea. Sometimes in moments, try not to cry, where I have not felt the best, I have still put my 110%. And I just want people to understand that I think with any self owned business, or even just a person that has to clock in or go to a place and put on for a company or family or whatever, it takes a certain energy that's different. Even as a mother, obviously, there's days that we may not feel like it, but we still have to nurture and still have to be mom. So I have definitely and still working on developing that armor of just faith and guidance when it comes to there's things that we go through as artists and we still have to show up and grab that microphone. How's everybody doing tonight? Put your hands up and in my mind, I want to cry.
yeah.
Or in my mind, my son may have frustrated me. My family, we've already talked about that, is not the healthiest family. So you deal with those things and you still gotta be present. That's what I was looking for. And people don't understand how hard that is. I say that to say that's part of the development of being an artist is just continue to try to be present, but also still focus on your mental and your physical. I meditate every day. I pray every day. I still see my therapist. I still try to be a family member, even when the family members aren't membering. I still try to present myself as a member. But I'm always a mom. I'm always a wife. Listen, people don't understand.
They don't get it.
That's a part of the development of being an artist. Yeah. So I'm so glad you mentioned that because there's been some moments where I've had some rough days and I had to show up and do a 4 or 5 hour gig or do a wedding. Before we end, I had an event weekend before last. And I lost my wallet. My wallet got stolen the day before. And I felt empty. I felt naked. I felt vulnerable without even being vulnerable. I'm like, I don't even know this person. But you got my life. You got my license. Thank God I didn't take everything out of my big wallet and put it into this wallet. But still, you got one of my debit cards. You got my license. I think I had one of my insurance cards in there because it's also a debit card. So I used that for my pharmacy stuff. And I just felt so horrible. And the next morning, I had to be at my gig at 8 a.m. And I had to put my face on. I woke up crying. I woke up in tears. My wife looked at me like, you okay? And I said, no, but I gotta go do a gig in Monroe from 8 a.m. to 2:30 and then do a wedding from 4 p.m. to midnight. Let's go. And I have no debit card, no license. I got to cancel my cards. As I'm DJing, I'm like making phone calls. Yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm trying. People just sometimes don't have any idea, but I just thank God for the journey. I want these other, listen, before we end, I keep saying that, but there's so much I just want people to know. I got a gig coming up. I got an event coming up for my lady DJs in June called Lady DJs Have More Fun. It is a melting pot and a bubble of women and music that mix, and it's not a competition. We all come together and we slam the controllers on just good music. Okay. So it's happening at TV Lounge June
Okay.
27th. I did it last year and it was
Okay.
amazing. So I'm doing it this year at TV Lounge, June 27th, 3 to 8 p.m. I'm so excited because we have some amazing female DJs, y'all, that have either just started or have been in business for the last couple years. And I'm pulling them out and I want everybody to see them. And I'll be
There.
closing the yeah! I'll be closing the night. I'm excited.
I'm gonna put it on the calendar
So
on the website. I have, yeah.
that's like yeah. I'm excited. So I'll be posting.
And you know, and I'm gonna share.
Please.
I'm
It's
always
like
gonna share. I'm always gonna share. But
so
yes, I will add that to our SAD calendar. Listen, I've been telling people, I'm like, if you do have an event, me your stuff, I will put it on
I
my
will.
website for free. Like I
I will.
I am really about
I'm
showing
sending it
love
to you.
to people, like for real, because
Good.
sometimes that's all we need. We just need people to just show love. But
Listen,
yes,
it is too many of us that are amazing.
yep,
And I want people to see it.
yep,
So I'm going last. I want all my girls to go first. It's 8 of us. So 7 of them are gonna go before me. And we're gonna have a good time. Marketing will
it's gonna be.
happen soon. So just be on the lookout for Lady DJs Have More Fun.
I'm excited. Listen, add it to the calendar. So yes, please send me the flyer via email so I can get that on our event calendar. Oh my gosh. And you know what's so funny? I know I had more questions for you, but like I was like, this could literally just be a whole another like it could go on and on and on, right? And I was like, okay. I know I gotta end it at some point. But it
Appreciate
the
you.
conversation, when I tell you Erin, you are so freaking awesome. And I'm saying that because it's true. It's true. And
You are the
I
same.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I know that feeling where, like you said, you got to put your face on, even though you don't want to
Yeah.
do it, but it's about, being of service to people. Cause baby, let me tell you, there have
And it
been
makes me
times
happy.
where
It makes
I
me
have
giddy.
logged on to this
Oh my God.
podcast and was like,
Oh my God.
yeah,
Just life. Just life be life in.
life be life.
So I appreciate what you're doing. Please continue what you're doing because before I started DJing, artist development was actually a thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to open an artist development school and I just never, I don't know. I was just like,
Does anybody right? Who want this? Like who want to do this stuff?
not much.
I feel like we
But I
are
always, my dream.
I feel like we're twins a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you why. So like you said you used to be a dancer and then you used to sing like
Yeah.
for different record labels and stuff. So I sing,
Yeah.
but I don't like singing. I don't like singing. I normally just kind of do like a karaoke thing. But my dad sings, like we have a singing family, which is very weird. And then of course, like the DJ, and I kind of picked it up as like a weird hoax and was enjoying it. I was like, oh, I'm actually getting good at this. Okay, let me just do it for a minute.
Yes.
And then, of course, that ended. And then always wanted to do some type of artist development, even though originally I was a co-founder of a dance studio and I did a partnership with Draw. And I still have a good relationship. Yep, still got a good relationship with them. So shout out
Okay.
to those people. I love y'all and y'all know who y'all is. And I know for a lot of people, they were like, oh my gosh, are you going to open up a studio? And I was like, that's just not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do. I want to do other
Yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah.
I can do other stuff. But like when you are multifaceted and you can do a whole bunch of stuff, sometimes it's like, okay, what should I do? What should I focus on? And I was like, I was focused on too much stuff. But now is the time. This is the time where I'm
Focus
like,
on everything.
we need it. We need it now more than ever. And I
Yeah.
feel like the people that have been here that have shaped the city, we got to just keep putting it out there for the youth, because if we if
Please.
we don't take care of these babies, these misguided babies, it's gonna be hard.
Oh,
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But
I
I
know.
know that there are so many
I
talented,
love.
and I love the kids. And I worked in education, and then that's a whole story too. But girl, yes, I worked
Yes.
in education for like what 4 years, and of course, I taught for like 20 years, or whatever. But just that, like, there are so many people here that are so talented that have this abundance of
Yeah.
knowledge. And it's like, okay, well, we don't have a camp per se, I said, but we could start a podcast, and if we could just start doing something now with this stuff. And then eventually it'll turn into some type of activation where we bring in more people. And then, of course, y'all can get paid for y'all expertise.
Hey, why not? I can see this
Okay.
happening
But,
live.
okay.
So please continue what you're doing. It's so needed. It is so needed.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I listen, shout out to
So many.
we need it.
It's so many people that don't understand. So I just appreciate it that you get it. And yeah, it's definitely something I see that could go live as a panel or as something that could be something for everybody in person. But yeah.
And and it's not for me, it's for all of us. It's to just put the city on the map,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it's about collaboration over competition. And I'm really big on, if you just build community
That's
and you
all I'm
continue to
about.
break bread, like, you would be amazed at
You
how
make more
much you
money.
can get done. Right. Like, you get so much
You make more
done.
money.
You get so much done in the city. And I know there are people out there that they do have their own agenda, and I see it, and I've seen it for years. But then there are people
Mm-hmm.
that are building quietly, that have been building quietly, that deserve their flowers. And I've seen these people in action. I've seen them working hard, and I've seen them divested in their journeys. And for me, I'm like, those are the people that I'm going to
Same.
talk to, because they genuinely love what they do, and they genuinely want to be of service to other people as well. So, I mean, one, thank you for even like coming on to the show and just sitting and breaking bread with me, because it's always a pleasure. And of course, my wrap
Oh,
up question for the show: if you can impart any wisdom on any aspiring artist, what would you tell?
honey, do you be bold in doing you and create the lane that you want to create with no doubts and no boundaries. But with all of that, develop your people and develop the people that are going to cover you, because that didn't happen till, like I said, later for me. So a lot of things I did alone because I noticed some weird energy behind it. So be bold, be you, study your craft. Study, study, study. And studying could just be listening to a different genre or studying a different form of what you already know every single day. So just continue to be a student and be bold and be confident and develop your circle of supporters. You're going to go far from there.
You.
You're going to go far from there.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen,
Yes.
thank you for sitting down with me and for just having this amazing conversation. Like I said, your energy is unmatched. Your energy is unmatched. And it is always a pleasure to just be around you, girl.
I
I
appreciate
love
you.
you. I love you to pieces. Now, where
Thank
can
you.
we find you on the internet?
So underscore I am Rue, Rue, is where you can find me on Instagram. Facebook is you know Rue. So that'll be the letter U and then KNOW Rue. That's me. And then I'm always posting. I'm on TikTok. I am DJ Rue. It's all Rue.
I can follow you on TikTok. I'm just
Whatever
getting
my
acclimated with
friend.
TikTok, so I'm gonna follow you on TikTok. And if we need to book you for a gig, how can we reach you so
Yeah.
we can book you for a gig?
So the best way would be through those avenues. social media, and then directly on my social media, there's a link you can press that takes you to my website. And then from that, it gives you the layout. You can put your answers and quote in, send me your quote information, and then we go from
Well, thank you, Miss
there.
DJ Rue. It was a pleasure talking to you. Yes, 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 yes. And of course,
Appreciate you and everything that you get. Listen, I appreciate you so much. Yes, stay amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
thank
Please.
you, thank
I
you,
can see
thank
you at
you.
what just happened? Didn't Black Tech something just happen? Didn't
So,
Black Tech just come to Detroit?
yeah, so I did
It was
like a Black Tech, what was it, the Digital Empowerment Summit or something? I did like a post for
okay, because
them,
I
but
can
it
see
wasn't, yeah, it wasn't a partnership or anything. It was just something I was interested in. But it was, I got Lion King. So I ended up getting the Lion King, and that was random because they reached out to me and I was like, what?
listen. All I know is I can see this in a live platform. So just continue doing what you're doing. Because this could be in front of others. You could have a panel and it could just be a whole session.
Yes. Cause that's what
Yes,
I'm aiming for. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so glad you see the vision. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, you can
yes.
find us on
Oh,
Instagram at Starving Artist Development, and we are on Facebook too at Starving Artist Development Joint. Why did I put that at the end? I don't know, but I love Spike Lee. Don't shoot me. And then of course, if you need to send me an email, you can send me an email at info at Starving Artist Development, or you can just visit our website at starvingartistdevelopment.com. But of course, events will always be posted on the website. So any of my friends that are throwing events, if you are not sure when there's an event coming up, go on my website. I will always have a calendar listed up there, and you can go and you can support these people, especially if you're in the city of Detroit, or if you're out of towner, you can come into the city and you can come break bread with us. Because let me tell you something, it is love here in the city. Don't pay no attention to those negative videos that's been popping up about people fighting in the middle of the street, because we show love here in the city and we love on everybody, okay? So we don't do negativity. We do love and positivity. But okay, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. Peace and blessings.